Greetings everyone, and welcome to another Fright Night Friday Halloween DVD Blu-ray update. Yes, there's actually a DVD this time. So I went to my mailbox the other day and it was full of bugs. Let's see what was in it today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so the first bug I found in my mailbox was this big moth. It was crazy. Never seen one so huge. Yeah, that's right. I got the new Steelbook of Mothra from Mill Creek Entertainment. Now, I gotta say, if we take a look at it here, they are really stepping up their game over at Mill Creek. I mean, this is a really properly deluxe edition. It's got this beautiful clear slip cover. There's artwork on the slip cover that's kind of see-through, and then there's artwork on the case itself, on the front and the back, and there's like this beautiful artwork on the back. And it's got a ton of extras on here too, which, you know, this is not some El Cheapo bare bones edition like we've seen in the past from Mill Creek. No. Now, this is a properly deluxe edition here. We've got both the Japanese and US versions of the film. The Japanese one actually features an additional 11 minutes of footage, which I don't know if the Japanese one's actually been available here before. At least I haven't seen it. I've only ever seen the US cut, I'm pretty sure. And a long time ago. I really remember nothing about it at all. Also includes the original trailer, and includes audio commentary with authors and Japanese sci-fi historians Steve Reifel and Ed Godzizuki. It almost sounds like Godzuki. And we got a photo gallery on there. So this is a really nice edition. If you're a fan of, you know, getting your kaiju on, I mean, you got to have Mothra in the collection. It's one of the all-time classics. So, and of course, you know, Mothra's teamed up with Godzilla or fought Godzilla how many times in the past. It's just a great character. Rosie is actually a huge fan of Mothra. We haven't watched this one yet, but she's seen some of the later ones, as well as some of the ones that Mothra guest starred in with Godzilla. And she's always been a big Mothra fan, so really looking forward to watching this with her. So yeah, really nice deluxe edition, and fairly cheap too, considering what it is. It's about 20 bucks. You might even find it for less. Yeah, great stuff. Mothra, gotta love it. Next up, this one is a movie I've been wanting to get in the collection for so long. It was one of the first, if not the first, sort of giant monster movies I ever saw. Specifically, The Giant Spider Invasion. Yeah. Now, this came out, when did this come out? 1975. So I would have been 3 years old when this first came out. I'm pretty sure I didn't see it when I was 3 years old. I think it was a re-release a couple years later. But I remember going, I think, with some cousins or something, and I couldn't have been older than 5 or 6. But it made a big impression on me as a little kid. I mean, of course, looking at it as an adult, the effects are really cheesy and everything, but as a kid, this scared the hell out of me, especially since one of the main stars of it is Alan Bud Hale, who of course played the skipper on Gilligan's Island. Now, of course, being a little kid, I had seen all the reruns of Gilligan's Island and I loved it, so for me, that was the real treat, was seeing the skipper in something other than Gilligan's Island, and you know, seeing him going up against this giant spider. But basically, it's an invasion in a small town where essentially the fabric of space and time is ripped open by some kind of strange anomaly, and all these spiders start coming out, and then some of them start to get bigger and bigger and bigger, until eventually you have this massive spider roaming around the countryside eating people and stuff. And it's you know, pretty ambitious for such a low-budget movie. But I got to give them mad props. They didn't fake it out. They actually built a full animatronic giant spider. Actually, they built two. One to roam around the countryside and one that could eat people. So, pretty cool, a lot of fun. And this Blu-ray was literally the first time I had seen the movie since I was like 5 or 6 years old. So it had literally been about 40 years since I saw this movie. So I popped this in as soon as it arrived in the mail, like the same day. Couldn't wait. Absolutely loved it. Had a blast. And apparently there's a huge fan base for it as well. It's kind of a cult classic. I didn't know about that. So this is a really cool deluxe edition from VCI Entertainment. It's got some great stuff. It's got a new documentary by Daniel Griffith, Size Does Matter, Making the Giant Spider Invasion. It has the Super 8 version of the film. Now, back in the day, Super 8 was, you know, a home film format, but you could actually buy movies in that format, but they would be cut down sort of digest versions of the movie. So this includes the Super 8 digest version. It includes it in standard definition on the bonus DVD, and that's just a straight rip of the actual, like a straight transfer of the actual 8mm film. And then they have a reconstructed HD version of it on the Blu-ray, so using footage from the new transfer of the film, they reconstructed the digest version as it would have appeared in the original Super 8 release. So pretty cool to have that. It has an extensive behind-the-scenes photo gallery, original theatrical trailer, and TV spots. And then on the bonus DVD, it has archival interviews with cult film director Bill Rebane, who was the director of the film, members of the cast and crew, TV news reports, archival interviews with actor Robert Easton, who was also co-wrote the screenplay. Kevin Murphy and Mike Nelson of Mystery Science Theater 3000 introduced Bill Rebane, and it has an archival newsreel of Bill Rebane on the set of Rana. Now, I got to say, all that archival stuff, there's about 3 hours of archival stuff and home movie footage and all kinds of cool goodies on here. So if you're a fan of this movie, this is a really deluxe set. And it doesn't stop there. There's also a bonus CD, which includes 14 tracks from the forthcoming, well, probably long past now because this release is a few years old, the live musical stage play, The Giant Spider Invasion, the musical. Yes, they did a musical stage version of this. Anyway, they have a CD on here that has 14 tracks from the musical. So this is as deluxe as it gets. Like, I couldn't believe they did such a massive deluxe edition of this. In addition to that, it also has a mini comic, which was a comic strip giveaway that they did to promote the movie. And it's just kind of a short little summarized version of the main plot points in sort of over-the-top comic book style. And yeah, so I had an absolute blast watching this again, and I love it even more now. You know, there's obviously the nostalgia factor, but there's more to it than that. And then, digging around in the mailbox some more, there was more spiders. This time a whole bunch of spiders. A kingdom of the spiders, as it were. This was another one I saw when I was around the same age that I saw the Giant Spider Invasion. This one came out in 1977, so I would have been 5. And that may be why the Giant Spider Invasion got a re-release around that time, actually, because this came out, and this was a fairly high-profile movie at the time. So it stars William Shatner, again, small town, this time being overrun by just hundreds, actually thousands of tarantulas. And I remember thinking as a kid, this was the serious, scary spider movie, and the other one was the giant monster movie, so I kind of... You know, as a kid, I preferred the Giant Spider Invasion. As a spider movie, though, I think Kingdom of the Spiders is the quote-unquote classier of the two. But they both definitely have sort of their, you know, their cheese factorness. But I really enjoyed what I popped this one in. I did a double bill the same night, basically. I popped this one in as soon as I finished Giant Spider Invasion. I was like, you know, I'm going to watch the other one, too. And it was great. I was 5 years old again, you know, just watching these spider movies. This one, of course, at the time, I had no idea who William Shatner was. He was just the guy in that spider movie. But seeing it now, it was an absolute blast in like a completely different way than it would have been when I was a kid. But seeing William Shatner just giving it his all, I mean, this was when he was at the peak of his popularity and such. You know, he's only not even 10 years out of Star Trek here, and you know, he was a fairly well-known star by that point, and really enjoyed this a lot. This is obviously a little bit before the era of no harm shall come to the animals in this movie, because you see clearly real spiders getting stomped on and just annihilated over and over again in this movie. So if you're not big on animal cruelty, you might want to give this one a pass. It's not like gratuitous or anything, but it's pretty obvious that there were spiders harmed in the making of this movie. No question about it. Now, in terms of extras, there's not a ton of stuff on here. It's a new 2K HD scan from the original Interpositive, so transfer quality looks really good. It looks pretty good on the giant spider invasion as well. It's a little softer, though, but I think that's more to do with the type of film that they used than any flaws in the transfer. I mean, it definitely looks good, but this one looks better. It's definitely a lot crisper and from higher quality film, obviously. This is also a higher budget movie too, so I think they just had more money to spend on higher quality film stock. So anyways, new 2016 2K HD scan from the original Interpositive. Looks really good. We got audio commentary with star Tiffany Bowling and producer Ego Cantor, and an on-camera interview with Tiffany Bowling and the original theatrical trailer. So not a ton of extras on there, but it is quite a nice presentation of the movie, and if you're a fan of the movie, you won't be disappointed. And last but certainly not least, I've used up all my bug jokes. This one is not bug related, and I don't really have anywhere else to put it in the updates, so I thought I'd just throw it in with these ones. We have 555. Now this is kind of a strange one. This is actually a shot-on-video movie from 1988. And it's essentially a murder mystery where there's this serial killer going around raping and killing couples, basically horribly mutilating the guys and then raping and killing the women. Now, that said, this is like really low budget and really cheesy, and the you know, the defilement of the corpses scenes aren't particularly graphic or horrific. They're more just kind of cheesy. It's like they're trying to be disturbing, but it just comes off as trying to be disturbing, you know. But I really have a soft spot for movies like this, because it's basically, you know, a bunch of people got together and may or may not have even been paid for it. Might have just been, hey, come on, let's make a movie. Okay, cool. But or if they did get paid, they didn't get paid very much. And it's just, you know, it's what you expect it to be. I mean, the acting is very hit and miss. You know, some actors are better than others. The best actor in this, actually, and the best character in this, is the guy who plays the police chief who's heading up the murder investigation. He's this very rambunctious, kind of constantly angry and yelling at people character, and he's just a lot of fun. And the actor who played him obviously had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It is very gory. I mean, you can see on the front cover there's a, you know, pretty graphic decapitation scene. But most of the gore is very, like, it looks really fake, so it definitely takes you out of it as far as that. You really have to push the suspension of disbelief here. But yeah, anyway, I enjoyed it because I enjoy kind of, you know, cheesy movies like this, and you know, shot on video is about as low budget as you can get. But this one, I mean, I think this is probably one of the better examples of the genre, simply because they actually did put some effort in. Like, they built sets and they hired actors, and they, you know, they actually did a plaster cast of this guy's head for the decapitation scene, and you know, they went farther than I think a lot of these sort of low budget ones do. You know, and they got a lot of girls to appear topless in it, so hey, boobs. Anyway, that is it for this update, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, definitely some special ones this time around, especially the two Spiders movies. These were two that that definitely were part of the formative period of my love of horror, and it's great to finally have them in the collection, and in such beautiful deluxe editions too. Really, really nice editions. So, alrighty, well, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. Be sure to catch me on Twitch. I stream just about every day. If you'd like to add any of these to your collection, I'll include Amazon links in the description. So thanks as always for your support. And I'll see you next time. Until then, sayonara. Maneuverableness room here. Greetings everyone, and welcome to another Fright Night Friday Halloween Blu-ray update and a DVD. Greetings everyone, and welcome to another Halloween Fright Night Friday Blu-ray DVD update. Yes, there's a DVD this time, and a stack of Blu-rays. A few here that I've been wanting in the collection for a very, very long time and thought it was high time I got them. So, yeah, I got them. Both the Japanese and U.S. virgins. You get both Japanese and U.S. virgins with this. So, intercontinental virginity for ya. Now this is a properly deluxe edition here. We've got both the Japanese and U.S. 1975. So I would have been 2 years old. So I would have been 3 years old when this first came out.